Good morning. Happy Friday. Hope you all are well after the Indigenous Day yesterday. Let's see. Welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. So we're going to take a look today and see what the encouragement is. I actually came on yesterday and did a message, but it deleted. And so I was not able to post yesterday, and all kinds of electronical things coming up. I feel like that's part of the retrograde energy that's happening right now. They say it always affects electricity. So anywho, there was not a message yesterday because I did not have the time or the opportunity to come back and re-record a whole message. And so when it deleted, right, I said, well, I'll see you all tomorrow. And so let's see. Let's take a look today. Welcome and see what the energy of today is. I know yesterday what the message was for those that are interested. Spirit actually was talking about the throat chakra and using the gifts that we've been given, allowing ourselves to express and create and turn that message into form, whether that could be through any type of expression like writing, music, right? Art, painting, form. There's other kinds of painting arts, sculpting, dancing, right? There's so many ways that we can express, but however that comes forward for you, Spirit was saying that this is a time where those gifts that we've been given should be expressed, right? One of the things that stuck out from yesterday's message was the wolf. The wolf came out, and the wolf is usually a teacher. And the wolf is an animal on the animal totem that usually expresses some form of communication. It points to communication. And the wolf many times gets a bad rep because of how it is, how its image is projected by social media and by TV, entertainment, and so, but here we found that the wolf was actually connected with the energy of teaching, of communication, and is actually quite intuitive as well. The wolf communicates with the moon. There is a connection that it has, and there's a way that it communicates, right? Not only vocally, but in how it expresses and how it carries itself and how it acts, right? There's a lot of communication coming through the wolf. And so Spirit brought that energy out yesterday, and connection with the sun, which talks about our crown chakra, receiving information, new information that we've yet been able to even know, And so Spirit was encouraging us to be open as these things are being made known to us, and being open and willing and vulnerable enough to express them and to share them and to operate in them was the message yesterday. For some of us, there has been challenges such as even realizing that we hold these things, right? For some of us, it has been, believing that we're abundant like that we even have these things to express, and allowing ourselves to recognize that For some of us, the struggle has been being comfortable, right? Yeah, I'm in a privileged position. I have all of these gifts and these things. I have, so much that I'm very comfortable. But that comfort and that luxury can actually become a prison, right? If we forget where we've come from and the purpose that we've been given these things, right? And so that came in as a struggle, but overall, this is about being released from anything that's blocking us from utilizing the gifts that we've been given. And Spirit was talking about the throat chakra. Not only does the throat chakra allow us to speak, right, but it also is a part of our energy system that is able to discern, right? It's able to take in information and kind of tear it down, kind of like our bodies would tear down meat and distribute it. Like it does that for us with information, with the information that's coming in. And so it's not only about vocally outputting, but it's also about taking in and properly breaking down and discerning what's coming in and seeing if it's useful. And so there was so much, and maybe that was a message for me yesterday, is the reason why it got deleted. I don't know. It was a very powerful message, though. I regret not being able to share that with you all, but nevertheless, we're here today. Make sure you like, share, comment. Welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. And so today, the message is around the root chakra, wisdom of the earth, the lion, courage, and then the bear, protection. Starting off with the root chakra, it's amazing because I have on all this red today. And so the root chakra is the first energy system in our bodies. And it actually is responsible for things like us being able to feel safe. It manifests all the things on the physical level, right? All of the physical needs. It helps us to become grounded and stable. This is about money, shelter, our livelihood, and, even to things like healthy support and physical structures in our body, even down to the very bones in our body, right? And so this is talking about the energy center located at the base of our spine, just below our tailbones, and it supports our physical body. It actually has a lot to do with the legs, the feet, our adrenal systems, and, connecting downward energy, right? That's why it's grounding, because it's connecting down into the earth, the wisdom of the earth, keeping us grounded and connected to our physical beings. It also connects to the earth itself and creates like a container for our experience, right? And so this is being attentive to our connection to the earth. Starting from this moment forward, if we have not been, Spirit is calling for that type of connection and that type of awareness, right? This is time to reflect on how we connect with everything around us, especially the earth. And the elements within us. The earth body is truly like a human body, right? It's one and the same. And so in the same that way that we would really care for and attend to our own bodies, it's also understanding our opportunities and privileges to care for the earth in that way too. In the same way we talked about yesterday, this innate energy and information that is channeled to us from the sun, there is also that type of relationship with the earth, right? There's an energy, there's a wisdom that is channeled in, right, from the earth to us. And it carries that a perfect rate and rhythm, right? And as we see all things happen in the perfect timing, the seasons change, right? And so this is talking about that connection and perceiving all of that energy that's around us. And to explore that, if you have not, this is a good time to do that. There's so much wisdom there, especially around this time, around the fall. There's so many messages that come in as these seasons are transitioning, as things are actually coming to an end, preparing for the beginning, right? And so this is a beautiful time to be out and connect with nature and allow the information to channel in through us. This is also a good time to attend to like how we're treating our bodies, like what type of things we're putting in our bodies when it comes to diet and exercise. All of those things are really energies that are beneficial to our root chakra and manifesting a life of abundance, right? Because abundance begins with the wisdom of the earth, and it spans across every area of our life. Any area that we can experience in these bodies, we can be abundant, right? It's tapping into manifesting that while we're here on the earth. And so this is not taking for granted the wisdom and the abundance, the energies that are available to us, and not allowing them to go to use. Spirit is saying there's so much wisdom in the earth, and Spirit wants us to connect with that right now. And, approach life in a practical and grounded way. And so that's what's coming in for the root chakra. And then we have the solar plexus chakra, which is coming in with the lion, talking about courage. Now, I do notice a lot of sacral chakra, that orangish color coming in through this card as well. But this is really talking about allowing ourselves to be courageous and see our power in the world, allowing ourselves to show up in the world, right? We're still talking about the energy of the sun too. As we connect, like a lot of that information and a lot of that energy, a lot of that empowerment, right, is connecting to our solar plexus chakra. It's connecting to the sun. Also, for some, there may be a very divine connection with gold. This is connecting to the feminine aspect of our power. Right? We're pointing to the lion as well. The lion is actually the second largest member of the cat family. And of course, it thrives in natural habitat. Even though we've tried to contain that beauty and that power, it thrives, right, in natural habitat of the jungles and the savannas of Africa. So when we pull it out of its natural habitat and cage it, and place it on display, we've restricted its natural way of life, which is very unfortunate because the creation was not meant to be contained, right? And so there could be some messages coming in around that, being restricted or contained in some type of way, but needing to allow yourself to show up in the world and be released from anything that might be trying to restrict you. When we think about a lion, we're thinking about great power, ferocious power, and courage. We're thinking about rulership. We're thinking about kingdom energy, right? And fierce, and it looks fierce and dangerous, but there's a part of a lion that's very passive and non-confrontational as well. It really relies more on its size and its stealth and its ability to communicate and roar ferociously to keep enemies away. It doesn't really anticipate fighting, right? That's Everything that has been given on its appearance was made to actually relay that message without it having to actually do anything. And this is almost like being brought back to the irony of the Wizard of Oz and the lion, which was lacking courage, right? And so in the end, he discovers that courage, which is part of the mission, right? And there's this commitment that he comes into to himself and his family and, the natural world around him, that he makes a commitment to step up. And so this is kind of like that kind of energy. The solar plexus energy is stepping up for yourself, stepping up for those around you, for your family, in the world, in the ways that you've been given, right? It's very apparent, like when you look at a lion, that it has rulership. It has, this energy of protection, And so what is that thing about you that you've been given? Spirit may be calling you out and asking you to step up. Like we all have that light within us, and we're asked to be that light in the world. We're talking about the sun energy here. And there's a perfect balance here as we look at the lion between force and between stillness. Some of what we've been called to do is just show up. And just like the lion, all they have to do is show up, and it commands, right? We've been just asked to show up. There is a command that lies within us, but we have to show up, and we have to understand that energy and that power that we carry and the purpose behind it. And so this is just a reminder of the inner strength and courage, right? With everything that comes to challenge us when we step into our authenticity, it's time to remember the importance of strength and adversity. It challenges us so that we will continue to grow. We will continue to thrive and step out. So there could be something that's testing right now, that's testing your assurance of self, right? There could be something that you're needing to face right now and feel more courageous within yourself and step out. Like when you really come to understand who you are and what it is that you carry and the presence that has been given to you, then you'll understand the need to use it, to understand it. And Spirit is putting this trait on you for you to test it out. If you don't believe me, test it out. If you feel like this message is talking to you, just step out and test it and see. And you'll see that you're stronger than you realize that you are. Your presence is a lot more dominant than you even realize. And this is also a time to choose wisely your battles. Not every battle is yours. Not every fight is worth fighting. And so it's the time to choose your battles wisely. Is what's testing you just a test of your ego? Or is it actually something that is worth standing up for? Something that you actually do really, truly believe in? Understanding the ego is just this protective force that we must keep in check lest it gets out of hand, right? And so when we find ourselves operating in ego, when we carry this type of power and presence, it's pretty easy to do, to find ourselves falling over into ego. Then we remember, to check ourselves and to check our pride to see if it's actually aligned with our inner beliefs and what we really value about life, And so it may be a moment to even do that. But overall, this is about being filled with our own sense of purpose and will, and understanding that when we stand up in that way and allow our presence to be felt, then we will be taken where we need to go. Because again, this has not been just given, right? This is purposeful. There's a reason that the lion was created. There's a reason why you were created. Okay. Lastly, we have, and you're being called to step out on that, I'm hearing. Boldly. You're being called to step out on that boldly. Lastly, we have bear, protection, which is talking about going inside and connecting to the space of shelter and inner wisdom, understanding that you are divinely protected. This is going back to that root chakra energy. Now, it's very important to understand why they chose the bear, right? Because the bear is not really an aggressive. That's another animal that's misconceived because of the media. The bear only gets really protective and dangerous when you mess with their cubs, you know. And so there's this level of protection around you, right? The energy, the animal spirit of the bear is around you, this energy of protection. And I feel like that's important because that's letting you know that it is okay to show up. It is okay to step out boldly and to be a little bit audacious. You know, Spirit is saying you're protected in this. It's time. It's safe for you to come out. And so this is a time to go inward and connect with the space of shelter and inner wisdom. You're protected. It's time for you to step out, is what Spirit is saying. The bear is definitely a symbol of strength and power and inner wisdom. So we have the lion and we have the bear when it comes to protection, right? Enough said. And just like Mother Earth, the bear is also a totem that represents that feminine quality of protection and covering and nurturing. You know, when we go into the bear's cave, that's actually a sacred space. That's where she takes care of her cubs and keeps them safe from danger or threats. And again, most bears become really assertive and protective and vicious when it comes to someone crossing their boundaries, right? Where they've set their protective mode, right? Once you cross over that, now you've crossed into the lion's den or the bear's den, right? And bears also let us know that there may be a time to take a break from outside forces and go deep within, go into the cave for cleansing through our own inward journey and introspection, right? This is kind of like that hibernation that the bear takes, and then they emerge from the womb of the cave, right? Feeling safe, secure, and protected. Again, talking about the root chakra. You're protected, okay? This is a time for you to go within. It's calling you to stillness, right? This night that's around the bear, this is talking about preparing for what's coming next. It's preparing for what's coming next. Understanding that you are protected, you're safe, you're secure, and there's no need to question that. It's safe to disconnect and go within for the information needed. A time to pause so that we don't miss solutions or overlook insights that we need. Okay? And so that's what's coming out with our oracle messages. This is also a time of trust, right? Not being resistant to where you're being led so that the outcome will be positive. Because the answers that you're looking for are going to be found there, right? The joy that you're looking for is going to be found there. And so, let's see. I am also going to break out my Wild Unknown Tarot and take a look here. We're making good timing. So I feel like this is really a time of revealing. Some of us may, in fact, be becoming aware of who we are. And not only that, of what we've been really called to do, what we've been called to give in the world, how we've been called to show up. I can't help but feel this overwhelming sense of protection. So some of us, in fact, may be called to be this energy of covering or protection, right, for others. I'm feeling that very heavily. So let's see. All right, that was easy. That was very easy. Thank you, Spirit. And so we have the Mother of Cups, definitely that protective energy, the Tower, protective energy, and the Son of Cups. We have the Sun and then Temperance. And so what do we have? Aquarius. Or I'm sorry, that wasn't the Tower. That was the Lovers. Why did I say the Tower? Wow. We have the Aquarius, Gemini, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Leo, and Sagittarius. And so let's take a look here, because first of all, we're starting off with the Mother of Cups, and so that is giving me that very nurturing, protective, very discerning energy when it comes to those that is in connection with this energy. This is really kind of like tapping into the Empress, the High Priestess energy, natural psychic abilities, this very nurturing, fruitive energy, very gentle but tranquil, while also bringing this very healing, these attributes of healing to those around her. Definitely connected, like she thrives with connection. And you know, with things where she's able to pour out creativity, like art, you know, music or aesthetics, beauty of any kind, you know, and I can't help but look and see she's actually like the mother goose. And if you know anything about the mother goose, they could be a little aggressive too when it comes to, you know, their things that they're protecting, right? You don't want to mess with a goose because a goose will attack you like an eagle or something, you know. But when she feels, you know, something is threatened, she becomes very defensive and aggressive. And, you know, she can easily see herself as needing to be defended, you know, when she feels threatened in any type of way. And so this is the type of energy that we're dealing with. You could be an Aquarius, you could be a mother, you could be someone connected to a lot of people that you care for and that you know, give some type of protection or love to. You know, she's very connected with those around her. Now, the Lovers also came out, and the Lovers is this very gentle, very innocent connection, right? It's almost like falling in love for the first time, having no preconceived notions of what's going to happen, just really being open to the idea of it. It's the Lovers, this union, this desire, this very gentle, expressive joy. And this is geese as well, interestingly enough. It's geese as well. And these two geese are like flying, right? And it looks like there's some level of companionship here, partnership, mates, and possibly even traveling partners. And this is kind of like a welcoming picture, right? And it really is kind of like a message of beauty, resilience, a strong connection that's possibly growing. They're on the horizon, traveling from place to place. It's possibly has the ability to really grow and experience the thrills of the desire and romance, but also building strong foundations together as well. As you can see, they're in accord with one another. And this is soulmate energy, honor, respect, and being able to really take it to where you want it to go, where it needs to go. So if you're in a relationship right now, this is really just being grateful for that. And you have something rare, a precious gem that you have. If you're not in a relationship, this might be something that's approaching you right now. It could be something that's approaching you right now, and it doesn't always have to be love, even though it is the lovers. It's more talking about balance between. And for some of you, this could even be a balance within yourself, within your feminine and your masculine, right? A very heavy level of coming into balance with all parts of yourself. Okay. And for the Son of Cups, this is really having an opportunity, I feel like, to really introspect on where you are, the opportunities that are available to you right now, and possibly what's been given to you. This cup is full of darkness, but on top of the darkness is light, right? Different colors, right? And for me, it's almost like a demonstration of having to dig into the unknown to find, what it is there for you. And this is even discovering what you may not have necessarily paid attention to before, but it's definitely there and it's been given to you. And it is part of what you're expected to express and utilize. And when we talk about cups, we're talking about this very outpouring energy of expression. It could be art forms, doesn't have to be. It could just be how you're expressing and enjoying life, right? But usually they were talking about a musician or some type of visual artist that finds success within that field of expression. And this is a time possibly to look inwardly, to add to that energy of charm and mystique, mystery, right? To pull from that, right? We're talking a lot about going within. I feel like Spirit is pointing to something more that you've been given if you're willing to go inward and see and seek, right? There's something more that could possibly give you more fulfillment in life, right? This could be someone who's very low, who doesn't like to be seen, very secretive and very peaceful. But deep within, there's this kernel of intensity, right? That you're being asked to open up to it and allow it. It's safe, basically. Spirit is saying it's safe to come out. It is. It's safe to come out. And I think being part of that is being balanced within ourselves, finding that balance, and also understanding There's a connection here with a couple of people, possibly. It may in fact be you. We're talking about all this cups energy, different aspects of who you are. But you're in essence being asked to come out and share what you've been given, right? You haven't been given it to hide it, but you're asked to come out and stand like boldly with what you have, with who you are. And we have the sun. So the challenge has actually been coming out and exposing this, bringing it to light. The sun talks about enlightenment, right? And it's coming in as a challenge for you. And there's something hidden here that has not necessarily been shown. And the sun is talking about bringing it to light, but it's coming in as a challenge. Or there could be something still hidden within you that you don't even see. You haven't even acknowledged. Spirit is bringing it to light, or it needs to be brought to light. When we talk about the sun, nothing is hidden anymore. There's clarity in all that we do. So this might need to be out in the sun today and be open. Be open to the energy that will be channeled in from the sun, and believe it, right? As Spirit is channeling energy to you about yourself and about your situation, believe it. Don't think that it's too far stretched, right? Because it's not. There's something here that needs to be illuminated. It's still hidden. Now, that could be about you particularly. This could be something that that you still don't quite feel safe enough to come out and say, or come out and do and show. But the sun is coming in as a challenge. Now, there's one thing that I've noticed when we refuse to express what's within. It actually internalizes and becomes like, what happens when you leave like food in the refrigerator too long and you don't eat it and utilize it? It starts to mold, is the picture that Spirit is giving me right now. And it starts to decay and break down, right? Everything that we've been given has been given for a purpose. And Spirit is bringing that picture up because Spirit wants you to understand the necessity to use this so that it does not, like, and I'm hearing turn into, oh man, a health issue. Like I'm hearing healing, feeling nourished. When you allow this to be open and flow free from you, there's going to be like a healing that happens, a release. All your aches and pains are just going to disappear when you open up this part of your life. Just amazing energy. You're going to feel amazing energy enter into your life, like vitality and health will abound when you do this. There's going to be a feeling of assurance and clarity in all that you do. And so there's a need. I almost feel like this is not optional. There is a need to do this, to follow through on this with the sun. I'm almost getting the message like your life depends on it. And then in the end, we have the temperance card. And the temperance card is all about healing. Like I was just talking about, it's all about healing and renewal. This is in the result, right? And so if you're open to this message and you're open to allow yourself to release and to step out, to be courageous, to understand that you are protected, to go within, right? To get balanced and to understand the importance of the important part that you play in those that are connected with your life. There's a great healing available, not only for you, but for everybody. This fire, I'm being drawn to this fire, and water being dropped in the fire. You could be a water sign connected to fire sign. There may be a need for this connection, not only for you, but for others as well. Right? There's a blending here that's happening here. Water and fire are opposite. And it's talking about an alchemy that's happening. And the temperance is really like a moderator of some kind. So there's some level of service that you play in this picture. There's a need for cooperation, right? We did establish that there's others involved and possible compromise, right? And so this is a need for balance, understanding and balance, practicing self-control, and finding a new sense of healing and balance from bringing that harmony into your life. Again, this is Sagittarius. You could be Sagittarius. We are looking at a fire sign. And so it's being called to some level of balance. I feel like this is a time of balance, right? We're the Lovers too, balance. With temperance being in the outcome, there is some balance that you are bringing into the world by stepping out and expressing your gift. There may be things that are completely out of balance right now, and by you opening up and understanding your significance, right, you will be bringing things into balance in some type of way. It's important. What you have to give is important, is what I'm hearing. Yeah. Even with the wheel being on the bottom, right? We're talking about bringing things back into balance. You see the chaos? I feel like this is definitely the world. And then the chaos that has been strewn all around the world. We have the owl that's sitting up top, right? There's almost like an undoing of a balance that's going to come in. This is about bringing things back into perspective, or even a distributing, right, of energies to balance things back out, like a karma, right? There's some energy of karma that's being played out here, and you have some significant part in that. And Spirit is letting you know, number one, there's a need to have this sense of balance within yourself and maintain that. When we talk about connecting with the root chakra, we're talking about being grounded, staying within reality, within our physical senses. Grounding, connecting, realigning our energy, staying grounded, but also stepping out courageously with what we've been given. In our power, in the world, kind of like that cowardly lion in the Wizard of Oz. He had a purpose in being in that group. His purpose was protection, right? And so whatever that purpose is, and then the bear, understanding that you are protected in that, and the necessity to do it. You are protected in doing that. So you have to do that, right? That protection is activated when you do that. Not only is that activated, but there is healing associated with this. Vitality, joy. For some, even love. And so, and an unleashing of possibly what's hidden or what you have hidden, right? It's time to let it out. Spirit is saying, it is time. It's time. And so, when that happens, there's going to be so much healing, so much joy, so much balance, not only for you, I feel like for others as well. And so there's definitely lots happening here in this message. And it almost feels like it's dependent upon you stepping out in your power. I feel like for someone, this may in fact be something that you already know that you have hidden or you've refused to acknowledge outwardly. Or this could be something that you don't yet know that's being revealed to you right now at this moment. Either or, right? It's time. The sun is shedding light on everything. Nothing will be hidden. Nothing will be hidden. Nothing. Nothing will be hidden. The sun is going to shed light on everything. And you're being called to be courageous and step out in your power. The sun, the energy of the lion. All right. And again, we have Leo energy out here, Sagittarius, Aquarius, Gemini, and lots of water energy out here and fire. And then we also have Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer. Okay. All right. That's what I have for you. I'm going to end it there. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, Spirit is saying nothing will be hidden. It's time to step out and bring the balance that is needed. Okay, you will be bringing balance, much needed balance. Okay, all right. Thank you so much for stopping by. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. Until next time, thanks for stopping by. It's been Blood Moon Oracle at your service. All right. If you are looking for a personal reading, definitely look down into my description box for my email. Shoot me an email. Would love to hear from you. Or you can go straight over to my calendar and schedule there as well. Okay. Thank you so much for stopping by. Until next time, it's been Blood Moon Oracle. Bye.